January 29th, 1850, I'm 72 years old. Tuberculosis is eating away at my lungs, and here I am dragging myself to the Senate floor one more time to keep this country from tearing itself apart. I've got 8 resolutions bundled together in what I'm calling the Compromise of 1850, and honestly, it's giving desperation energy. But somebody's got to do something before we all start shooting at each other. My name is Henry Clay, and this is the AP US History My Story podcast. So here's the tea. We just finished whooping Mexico in a war, and now we've got all this new territory that's got everyone pressed about the slavery question. California's population exploded from like 15,000 to 300,000 people because of the gold rush. They want statehood now, and they want to come in free. But if California comes in free, that breaks a whole balance that we've had since the Missouri Compromise back in 1820. The South is literally having a meltdown about losing their equal representation in the Senate. I've been in politics for 44 years. They call me the Great Compromiser because I keep having to fix everyone's beef. The Missouri Compromise in 1820, that was me. The Compromise Tariff of 1833 that kept South Carolina from yeeting itself out of the Union, also me. Now I'm back at it again. Here's what my Compromise of 1850 actually does. California comes in as a free state, but we're implementing this Fugitive Slave Act that's brutal. It requires Northerners to help catch runaway slaves or face fines and jail time. That's going to cause so much drama, but the South won't budge without it. We're also letting Utah and New Mexico decide the slavery question for themselves through popular sovereignty, basically letting the people vote on it, which sounds democratic, but it's actually just kicking the can down the road. Oh, and we're ending the slave trade, but not slavery itself, in Washington, D.C., because having a literal slave market in the nation's capital is not a good look. By September, President Millard Fillmore signs all 5 bills into law. Everyone's acting like we just saved the Union, having parades and everything, but it's really just a Band-Aid and a bullet wound. We didn't solve anything. We just bought some time. What you AP students need to understand is that regional attitudes about slavery were becoming impossible to reconcile no matter what. The North was industrializing and saw slavery as both morally wrong and economically backwards, while the South's entire economy and social structure depended on enslaved labor. My compromise tried to give everyone something, but it actually just pissed everyone off in different ways. The epilogue to my story: 10 years after my compromise, Abraham Lincoln gets elected and the South secedes, leading to the Civil War. So yeah, my last great compromise didn't exactly stick the landing. But here's the thing. I bought the Union another decade to get stronger, for the North to industrialize more, and for the opposition of slavery expansion to grow. Sometimes in politics, buying time is all you can do. Would the North have won the Civil War if it had started in 1850 instead of 1861? We'll never know, but I'm betting my compromise made the difference, even if it was messy as hell. Like, follow, and share the AP US History My Story podcast, because these stories hit different when you hear the original voices that shaped our country.